students. This is Miss Louise coming from my reading house, and I would like to read you today a story about a market list. And now, since we're all in the house, it seems like the adults are always going to the market. I guess we're in the house and we're eating and eating and eating, and we run out of items, so we have to go to the market. Now, one thing I've learned, when you go to the market now, make sure you have a list because you want to get in and you want to get out. So when you look on the whiteboard, you see I have a market list. I have 1 pack of bacon, 6 eggs, 1 cake, 1 pound pears. So 1 pound of pears. This is a form of writing when we make lists. We make lists about what we need to do, where we need to go, what we need to buy, all kinds of lists of names, lists of birthdays, but it's a form of writing. Now, sometimes when you have to go somewhere, if you don't make a list, guess what happens? You forget. So this story today is one of my favorites. You know I have many favorites. But the title of this book is Don't Forget the Bacon by Pat Huskins. And if you notice, this white bubble is like a speech bubble that you see in the text. It's usually when someone is speaking. So let's look at our cover. We see a little boy, and looks like he has a basket for his groceries, and he's taking his dog with him. And what do you think that is right there? Let's look closer. Oh, that looks like a little wallet. And I guess that's where he's holding the money for the items. You have to have your money when you go to the market. So this is probably Mom, and she looks like she's yelling, and she's saying, "Don't forget the bacon!" So that's the main thing that Mom seems to want, is that bacon. Okay? So let's get started. Okay, here we go. And that's a speech bubble, and she's telling him exactly what she wants. I want 6 farm eggs, a cake for tea, a pound of pears, and don't forget the bacon. That's what she's saying to him. And he looks like, okay, Mom. Now, a lot of times when you have to remember something, one of the strategies you may do is to repeat it over and over again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's see what he does as he does his repeating. Okay, so now he's saying it in his head to himself. And what did she say before? 6 farm eggs, a cake for tea, a pound of pears, and don't forget the bacon. But did he write it down and make a list? No, he didn't. So this is what he remembers. 6 fat legs, a cake for tea, a pound of pears, and don't forget the bacon. So when he saw these legs, instead of thinking about eggs, he said 6 fat eggs. Legs. When she asked for 6 farm eggs. So now as he's walking along, he notices someone riding a bike with a cape on. And he repeats the grocery list again. He says, 6 fat legs, a cape for me, a pound of pears, and don't forget the bacon. So really, she said a pound. She did say a pound of pears, but she said a cake for tea, not a cape for me. So the words are sounding almost alike. And it's not exactly what Mom said. Let's see what happens over here. Okay, so he's going down the steps. And what does he see over here? What throws him off his memory? Let's see. 6 fat legs, a cake for me, a flight of stairs, and don't forget the bacon. A flight of stairs. So instead of saying a pound of pears, he says a flight of stairs. Now notice, the words are rhyming and they are sounding alike. But is it what his mom's asking for? Nope. Let's move on. Oh, now his mind is on what's on the clothesline. 6 clothes pegs, a cake for me, a flight of stairs, and don't forget the bacon. So far, he's remembering the bacon, isn't he? But everything else, as he's seeing something, that he's taking that into his memory and forgetting about what she said. If he had only made a list. Okay, now he sees a gentleman raking. And he says, 6 clothes pegs, a rake for leaves, a flight of stairs, and don't forget the bacon. So he's still moving along. Uh-oh, what happens here? If you notice, the butterfly's on every page. 6 clothes pegs, a rake for leaves, a pile of chairs, and don't forget the bacon. Okay, so now here's that butterfly. Okay, and now he's where? Is he at the store? Let's see what he says. 6 clothes pegs, a rake for leaves, and a pile of chairs, please. So he forgot a pound of pears, he forgot the cake for tea, he forgot the 6 eggs, and he didn't even say bacon. And let's see what he leaves out with. A pile of chairs. So now he's thinking. A pile of chairs. Did she say a pile of chairs? And then he's going and he says, a flight of stairs. So he's questioning himself. Is this what my mom asked for? And then he says, a pound of pears. That was it. So why did he say that? Because when he got outside, guess what he saw? He saw a lady holding a pear, and that brought it back to his remembrance. And he said, oh, a pound of pears, not chairs. And then he thought, a rake for leaves. No. A cake for me? That's not what my mother said. She said, a cake for tea. He sees the bakery and the cake, and it comes back to his remembrance. She said a cake for tea. So, then he says, oh, 6 clothes pegs. Did mother say that? Did she say 6 fat lads? Because see, he's on his way back home now. And those now things are coming to his remembrance. And then guess what happened? He sees this guy with all these eggs and he says, that was it. 6 farm eggs. That's what she wanted. Oh my goodness. So he ends up sending the chairs back and he ends up saying, oh, I have it now. 6 farm eggs, a cake for tea, and a pound of pears. I'm all right. Yes, I am. But Izzy, what did he forget? I forgot the bacon. Look at his mom. She's about to yell. He has everything but the bacon. Always make a list. So he has to go back to the store to get what? The bacon. The end. Now that we're going to the store over and over and over again, please make a list so that you won't forget anything. You won't have to keep going back and forth in the store, you know? And don't forget to wash your hands. Well, I'll read to you again tomorrow. This is Miss Louise. I miss you. Signing off from the Reading House. Have a great day. Bye-bye.